Before my car crash and my concussion, I was in the best shape of my life, and I attribute that and my previous healthy lifestyle to my recovery. And um, in my book, After the Crash: How to Keep Your Job, Stay in School, and Live Life After a Brain Injury, I talk about the five pillars of the five pillars that hold up the foundation of recovery, or my recovery after my concussion. And those pillars are sleep, exercise, mindfulness, nutrition, and financial wellness. Sleep is paramount when it comes to brain health, and it certainly is essential when it comes to supporting your brain's healing after a concussion or a brain injury. So, sleeping is like having a personal trainer, an efficient office manager, a certified psychologist, and a maintenance crew, all in one, helping your brain stay healthy. While you sleep, a lot of people think your brain's going to sleep, but actually that's when it goes to work. And that's why it's important to allow the brain enough time to do the processes that it goes through each night that you sleep. And the recommended sleep is 7 to 9 hours of sleep. After a brain injury or a concussion, though, individuals will need to sleep longer. While you sleep, your brain sorts and files memories so that you can recall them the next day or several weeks down the road. It softens stressors and emotional turmoil. Just like the saying says, just go sleep on it. It's true. Sleep does soften our stressors and allows us to have a better perspective to cope with it the next day. And it helps with modulating our moods and preventing strong emotions such as rage and anger. Sleep also helps improve motor skills. So if you're an athlete, then you'd want a good amount of sleep at night to solidify all those moves and exercises that you are trying to learn to make them even better. While you sleep, it helps lower blood pressure, controls blood sugar, and decreases, it combats obesity, and it supports your immune system. Sleep cleans out cellular waste products while you are sleeping. So that these are some reasons for you to make sleep a priority of getting that 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. So you have to give yourself sufficient time for your brain to get those hours of sleep. And Matthew Walker, the author of Why We Sleep, it's an excellent book to read if you are well into your recovery. Or you can listen to the book. It's also on Audible. If you're early into recovery, just put this book on your to-read list for later. But in his book, he talks about a sleep opportunity window, and that allows you to try to get that 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. And what that looks like is if I need 9 hours of sleep at night before work, my sleep opportunity window would then be 10 hours. So then in order to get and go to work by 7:30, then I need to be going to bed at 9:30 p.m. So my sleep opportunity window is 9:30 p.m. to 7:30 when I need to get up for work. And I know that this is easier said than done, especially when we live in a capitalistic society which does not value sleep. But this is the time to value and make your sleep a priority to support your brain's healing while you're trying to continue to work. Sleep is one of the important foundations of supporting your brain's health and recovery from a concussion or a traumatic brain injury. And sleep is actually a learned behavior. So you can actually train your brain to sleep well at night. And This is done by creating a pre-bedtime routine, also known as a sleep hygiene. And these are things that you do in the evening that tell the brain that you will be wanting to sleep in a couple of hours. So you start 2 hours before you want to go to sleep. And one of the things that you should do 2 hours before going to sleep is to turn off the TV and any media devices. And then turn your lights down low and quiet any sounds in your home. Then start relaxing activities such as doing dishes, picking up the kids' toys, read a book, listen to relaxing music. Then 1 hour before you want to go to sleep, you'll want to take a shower or a bath to get ready for bed, and then take your nighttime medications and do your self-care routines. And then you want to go to bed at an established time every night. These sleep routines will help improve your sleep and help you get the sleep you and your brain need while it's healing. For more information, I recommend checking out sleep hygiene lists and checkoff lists that are available on the internet to help you put together your own personal sleep routine. So if you don't get 7 to 9 hours sleep, if you're getting 6 hours or less of sleep, this is considered sleep deprivation. And for concussion survivors and brain injury survivors, this can prolong your brain injury recovery. Getting less than 6 hours of sleep increases your risk of stroke, heart attack, cancer, and dementia. And these are things that you don't want on top of your traumatic brain injury. So it's best to get the 7 to 9 hours of sleep. But for some concussion, brain injury, and traumatic brain injury patients early in their recovery, they may need more sleep. Some may even need 10 or more hours of sleep at night. So while you're recovering, make sleep a priority. Sleep disorders that can happen after a concussion or a brain injury. One of them is insomnia. And this is when you go to sleep and you're unable to fall asleep within 20 to 30 minutes. The second one is fragmented sleep. And this is when you're able to fall asleep, but then you wake up and you're unable to go back to sleep. You may stay up 2 or 3 hours, or you're not able to go back to sleep at all. And with people who are older, it's a normal sleep pattern to fall asleep, wake up, and either check on the kids or go to the restroom, and then be able to fall back to sleep within 20 to 30 minutes. So if you're having that just brief interruption sleep, that's a normal sleep pattern. Fragmented sleep, like I said before, is when it exceeds that 30 minutes going into 2 to 3 hours, and then some people don't even go back to sleep for the rest of the night. And you unfortunately can have both of these: difficulty falling asleep. Then once you fall asleep, then your sleep is disrupted by a significant amount of time. The third common sleep disorder that can happen after a brain injury is sleep apnea. And researchers have found that sleep apnea is higher in traumatic brain injury survivors when compared to the general population. Symptoms of sleep apnea, because I wanted to say that a lot of people aren't aware that they have it, and they think that they sleep just fine. But if you're having these symptoms, you may want to consider getting screened for sleep apnea, and that is daytime sleepiness, fatigue, falling asleep while sitting, watching television or a movie. That is not normal. Most of us don't do that, so that's a symptom to monitor. Having difficulty with attention or memory or any higher cognitive executive functions such as word finding, and then difficulty controlling seizures. Untreated sleep apnea can increase your risk of heart attack, stroke, cancer, and dementia. If you think that you may need to be screened for sleep apnea, just notify your general practitioner and they can send you a referral to have the test done. And it's really easy tests to do. They usually give you equipment that you take home and you wear for 5 to 8 nights, and you get to sleep in your own bed. It's not a test where you have to go to a sleep lab. And then once it's done, then the doctor can prescribe if you need to get treatment for your sleep apnea or not. But while you're recovering from your brain injury, make sure you make sleep and good quality sleep a priority to support your brain's healing. Sleep management after a concussion or a brain injury can be tricky. So when you consult with a doctor or specialist, make sure they have experience in treating patients with concussions and traumatic brain injuries when asking questions about sleep. You should first start your inquiry with your general practitioner. They can talk to you about your sleep and provide the help that you might need. But if your sleep difficulties continue, other specialists you can see are sleep doctors. And sleep doctors can help you with sleep apnea and restless leg syndrome, which is another sleep disorder. Psychiatrist, you can see a psychiatrist. They are excellent in managing multiple medications and helping with sleep. So definitely ask for a referral to a psychiatrist if that's what you're looking for. And then you can also consult with a psychologist or a counselor, because if you're having issues with stress or anxiety, or you have PTSD in addition to your concussion or brain injury, a psychologist can help you with that also. And then there are also sleep coaches out there that you can consult with to help you with your specific sleep needs. That helped me, and I hope will help you in your recovery. Take care, get better, get stronger.